All right, we're going to make some brown sugar syrup. And it's very, very easy. It takes just a couple of ingredients. It's very cheap. Okay, what I have here, I've got a bag of brown sugar. Now, this is dark brown sugar. You can use light brown sugar. You can use whatever brown sugar you prefer. It really does not matter. And this bag is 2 pounds of brown sugar, and it costs $1.88. And just to show you a little tip here while I'm thinking about it, if you just cut off the top of the sugar bag, and then all you have to do is just twist it around, and you can tie up your bag with the top of the bag that you just cut off, and it keeps your brown sugar nice and fresh, and it keeps it airtight, well, pretty airtight, and you don't have to put it in a special container or anything. It's great. So that's my tip, my handy-dandy tip of the day. All right, now then, what we've got here, we've got 1 cup of packed brown sugar. And we have 2 cups of water. Now, this water, you can use warm water if you want to. It really doesn't matter. 2 cups of water, that's it. Now, we're going to get this going, and what we're going to do, we're just going to bring it to a boil. But we're going to stick with this because we don't want it to boil over. Now, at the end of this process, you can add a teaspoon of vanilla, you can add a teaspoon of the maple extract if you want to put that in there. That's kind of pricey, but if you have it and you want to use it, go ahead. Today, I'm not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to have brown sugar syrup, and frankly, it stands, it's pretty flavorful and stands well on its own. So, all right, now I'm going to stir this up. It dissolves pretty quickly. Now, the darker your brown sugar is, the darker your syrup will be, okay? All right, so I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to back the heat down on it because I don't want it to boil over, because if you've ever had a sugar syrup mixture boil over on your stove, it is not, well, it's just not very pleasant, is it? Okay, all right, so I'm going to get this going, then I'm going to bring you back, and I'm going to show you where we are at. Now, please understand when I tell you, don't walk away from it, really, because it'll come up to a boil pretty quickly, and you will have a mess if you walk away from it, okay? All right, so we'll be right back. All right, now you can see this is coming up to a boil, and it's really only been a few minutes, so I'm going to back the heat off on this, and so because I don't want it to boil over, okay? You know, one little thing that is a nice helpful hint, if you have a wooden spoon and you are boiling something, if you leave that wooden spoon in your mixture while it is cooking, it seems to lessen the chance that it's going to boil over. Honestly, I don't know why it does. It just does. I'm not saying that it won't boil over. I'm just saying it will lessen the chance of that. So I got the heat back down a little bit. It's about medium high, I think. And I'm just going to let this cook, and I'm going to stir it every now and again, and just to get the mixture off the sides. And you can see this is very runny. You see that? So that's not syrup yet, that's just sugar water. But it'll get syrupy. Just stay with me and we'll be fine. I'm going to set my timer on this, I think, just for the fun of it. And I'm going to put it on 10 minutes, and let's see how long it takes to do this. I've never really timed it, but let's go for it. Alrighty then, we'll be back. Okay, we're just about down to 10 minutes. We're like a minute and a half left. But I wanted to show you something. This is a spoon that I put in the freezer, and it's good and cold. And this is how I'm going to test my brown sugar syrup. So stick it in the freezer ahead of time when you start your syrup, no big deal. And you can use it for testing the doneness or the thickness of your syrup. Alright, my timer's gone off. Now let's see how done this syrup is. And I'm putting it on my spoon, my cold spoon, and I'm gonna, that is too thin. I already know it's not thick enough, so I'm going to cook this for another 5 minutes. Now, when it gets done, it's going to get done pretty quickly up to a point. So I'm going to put it on 5 minutes because I don't want to overcook it and let it get too thick. We're not making candy. And then we'll come back and I'll show you where we're at. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn the heat off under this. And I am going to test it again. So let's see what we've got. Now, can you see how it starts to cling to the spoon? And I'm not done with my second 5 minutes yet, but let's just see. Oh, we're good. I think we're really good. Alright, I'm going to turn my timer off. So that took a total of about, I don't know, 14 minutes if you're counting, and it from beginning to end about 15 minutes. So I mean, really, it's no time at all to make this. So what I have here, I have just a mason jar, and with a lid, and I'm going to use my funnel, and I'm going to pour the hot syrup in this jar. Number one, it's handy. Number two, I know that it won't break because of the hot liquid. And I've got my funnel because we want to be careful. We don't want to burn ourselves, right? Okay, so I'm going to get that poured in there. And then, carefully, I love these canning funnels here because I just use them all year round, not just if I'm canning something. Now, one thing you do need to know is that this syrup will thicken up as it gets cold in the refrigerator. I'm going to let it sit out until it cools down a bit because I don't want to put it hot and steamy into the refrigerator. Then I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Whoa, hot! And I'm going to let it get cold, and then I'll show you how much thicker it is once it gets cold. It will thicken up. The viscosity will change. So that's what I'm going to do, and when it gets cold, I'm going to bring you back because I want to show you how nice and syrupy thick the syrup is, and I think this is something you're really going to want to know how to do. It's easy. Don't be intimidated by it. It really is. It's just the easiest thing in the world. I have been making it for, I don't know, 50 years. So it's easy, and frankly, I grew up with it, so it's really terrific. Anyway, bring you back, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's completely cool. Here you go. I poured some in a dish so you could get an idea of what it looks like. It's all cooled off now, and you can see that it's about pancake syrup consistency. So you know what? It's just a handy thing to know. It's a handy thing to have in the house. If you have a jar of this in the refrigerator, you can use it for barbecue sauce base. You can glaze ham with it. You can put it on pancakes, French toast. And like I said before, you can flavor it with whatever extracts you like. So I hope you give this a try. It's a staple in my house. I usually have it. If I don't have it made, I have the ingredients to make it. Most of us have brown sugar and water. Okay, listen, I love you, and you know I do, and I thank you for watching. Listen, if you like, subscribe and share and give it a thumbs up if you think it's worthy. And I welcome your comments. Just keep them sweet. Okay, I love ya. And you just remember that little is much when God is in it. All right, talk to you later. Bye.